there. Welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. If you've never been here before, yay, you finally found me. I'm so glad. And if you're a returning subscriber, yay, thank you so much for coming back. I truly appreciate your support. My goal is to save you time and money by offering you inside scoop on filmmaking quality and content so you can decide whether or not you want to spend your time and your money watching a particular film. So today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Something in the Water. The newest shark survival movie is now playing in selected theaters and also available on Amazon Prime Video and Fandango at Home. So click here below on my Amazon link to get a free trial on Amazon if you don't already have one. And you should, because you get free shipping too. It's really great. I love it. So let me tell you about this movie. It's rated R. It's an hour and 26 minutes long. And my overall movie review mom grade is a C. So let me explain why. I'll give you an overview in a nutshell. I'll point out things I like, things I didn't like. I'll offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, interesting lines, and we'll finish up with recommendations for other shark movies that you might also like or like better than this one. So before we do, though, I wanted to share a product from today's sponsor. So I just thought that this shark floaty was super cool and cute as we're moving into pool and beach season. So again, click down below on that Amazon link where you can get one or two or get a whole bunch of them. What do you call a whole bunch of sharks together? Okay, so I had to look it up. What do you call a group of sharks? You're gonna love this. It's called a shiver. Isn't that interesting? Now we're both smarter today for having watched this video. All right, so let me give you an overview in a nutshell. The story is about 5 girlfriends who must fight for their lives in the middle of the ocean after a dream wedding excursion turns into a nightmare. The film was directed by Haley Easton Street, and writing credits go to Kat Clark. So quick tips for parents. All right, so the very first scene of the movie, we see 2 lesbian girlfriends holding hands, walking down a dark alley, going up some stairs, and one of them gets really beaten up by homophobe bullies because she's a lesbian. And that haunts her throughout the entire movie. There is profanity, including a million F-bombs. I counted them. No, I didn't really, but a lot. Young women are in dangerous situations pretty much throughout the entire film. There is blood and gore, and we see people die. Some of the themes that are illustrated well are PTSD, friendship, weddings, forgiveness, emergency preparedness, critical thinking skills, and the survival and will to live. So here's a list of things that I really liked about this movie. First of all, I had never seen any of these actresses in anything before, and I thought that they all did a fine job and include Hiftu Qasim. I apologize, I'm not pronouncing that name correctly, I'm sure. Lauren Lyle, Natalie Mitson, Nicole Rico Setsuko. Wow, I'm just butchering these names like this shark did. And Eloise Shakespeare-Hart. All right, there we go. There is a Breathe app that is used in the movie to help a lesbian deal with this anxiety, this PTSD. And I thought it was really cool. I've used several different free ones where it teaches you to do a certain timing of breath movement, so you can also build abdominal strength and diaphragm strength, you know, in your lungs and all of that. Anyway, I don't have that as a sponsor, but it's nice to know that those exist. There's this resort where the wedding is supposed to take place, and it just looked beautiful. And too bad we couldn't spend the bulk of the movie hanging out there. I love snorkeling. Many years ago, I learned the important lesson of always snorkeling with a buddy for protection when I found myself alone out in the ocean farther than I realized I had gotten. And I turned around and there was a shark. I was terrified. And thank goodness it was only a nurse shark. They don't kill people, or at least, I just realized my microphone was away from my mouth the whole time. Sorry about that. Getting all excited about the shark story. I quickly paddled as fast as I could back to shore where my husband was asleep on the beach. And I thought any minute I was going to feel those, jaws clomp down on my leg and, I was going to die, not realizing the shark was not interested in me at all. But I went running into, got to land, got to the beach, and ran into the shack where I had borrowed the snorkel and the fins and all of that. And I was like, there's a shark, there's a shark. And this was out in the Virgin Islands. And so they were like super laid back. They're like, okay, what did it look like? They were completely unimpressed. I'm like, no, it's a shark right there, not that far away. They're like pointing to this poster of all these different sharks. Point out the type of shark that you saw. And I was like, whoa. And so I'm looking at that one right there. And they just kind of roll their eyes and they're like, yeah, it was a nurse shark. You're fine. So good to know. But I realized that was really dumb if it had been a dangerous shark. Anyway, there's your tip. Always go with a buddy if you're going to snorkel or scuba dive, of course. Now, the wounds in the movie look really pretty good. The makeup department did a really good job, I thought. One thing that I haven't seen a lot of other shark movies do is make the characters look super sunburned and even start to get chapped, not just on their lips, but even on their face. Now, originally, they'd only been out there a day, so I don't know that there'd be that much chapping that fast. But if they didn't put on sunscreen, then yeah, I could see it. But anyway, that was just a little detail that I appreciated. The film definitely ticks all of the diversity boxes if that's what you're looking for in a movie. On the plus side, the sharks look very, very real, and the ending provided some needed character closure, I thought. Now, with all of that praise, there were some things I didn't like, or just obviously are what made me give the movie a C grade, just average, because adding nothing new or interesting to the genre, the film is pretty standard. It has all of the usual tropes like girls in revealing bathing suits and stupid characters making terrible decisions. I hate that. And shouldn't the girls have at least started paddling in the right direction toward shore? Like they just sort of sat there and floated around for hours. And I'm like, I think I would be moving, right? You don't know how long it's going to take for anybody to come rescue you. Now, I know it's supposed to be cool and funny, but I really hate it when girls try to act like foul-mouthed frat boys who are obsessed with partying and sex. And that's what all of these characters are. The characters throw in conversations about global warming and how humans are destroying the planet. And I hate being preached at in movies, but the target audience definitely is millennials, Gen Zs, and they're very much obsessed with global warming. And so, of course, they probably all think that that's really great to have that included in the movie. I thought the title of the movie was pretty uninspired. The audience sees a shark in the water early on, and then the five girls figure out pretty quickly also that it's a shark. So it's not like something is in the water. We don't know. We need to solve this mystery. It's solved pretty quickly. The girls are really mean toward one another, even before all of the chaos ensues. Then they start yelling and throwing blame at each other. And I'm thinking, how are these girls even friends? Now, we know that there is some history. They grew up together. They've known each other for a very long time, but they're just kind of unkind and snarky and judgmental. And I was just like, I don't know that I'd want to spend all my time with people like that. Sadly, the character that I liked the most was the first one to die. She was the kindest, I thought, and I would have liked to have gotten to know her more. The movie poster is good, but it does not accurately portray anything we actually see in the film itself. All right, now this next one is a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear, close your ears and eyes. Well, you can keep your eyes open, but the spoiler is that there were so many items that the girls could have grabbed off of the boat before it sank. They could have used them in really creative ways to make the plot more interesting, and they certainly could have possibly survived longer. Okay, that's a horrible spoiler. Now, not everybody dies, I'll tell you that much. This definitely would have played better in July during Shark Week, right? It's only May. It's really hard to see what's happening in the night scenes. And the good news is there aren't that many dark night scenes. So whenever I watch movies, I write down funny lines and interesting lines to share with you so you can get a taste for the dialogue and the script writing quality and all of that. So one of the characters says to the group about this shark, if it does come back again, you need to punch him in the nose or in the eyes or the gills. Okay, my dad always wanted us to be prepared. And one of the other girls says, prepared for a shark attack in Manchester? Because by the way, all of these girls are British. And then the other girl says, he just thought with global warming, it was only a matter of time, that they would be around sharks in Manchester. And then there are some other funny lines. By the way, you can see them all on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. But here are a couple of interesting lines. One is spoken by Nicole Rico Setsuko, and she says, why should she get a free pass from Panicsville? We're all in the same effing boat here, except for she doesn't say effing. She actually says that F-bomb. And her character, I thought, was the worst. She was so unfeminine. I mean, she's super cute. I mean, obviously she's a girl and she's feminine, but she's the one that just acts like a trash talking frat boy the entire time and super judgmental and angry and bitter and just raunchy. And I was just like, hey, who invited this girl? And then another line that she also says, somebody was talking about going on a diet, and she's like, diets are for losers. She just is so opinionated about everything. And I thought, diets aren't for losers. Diets are for people who want to look better and feel better. And it's okay. That's my opinion. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. All right, so there are 3 movies I instantly thought of as I was watching this movie. So let me give you those recommendations. The first is, of course, the movie Jaws, which is really the classic of all shark movies. The shark looks totally fake in that movie, but it was still a lot of fun. And the first time people were afraid to go into the water because sharks were on everybody's minds, as opposed to this movie where I think the sharks actually do look real. Another movie is called 47 Meters Down, and it involves a couple of best friends. I think they were best friends, or maybe they were sisters. Now I can't remember. It's been years since I've seen it, but the movie has stuck with me because it did such a great job building tension. And then another movie, shark movie, of course, is called The Shallows, and it just is very well done. A young woman who has to fight off sharks, and she does a really good job, and she's beautiful to look at, of course, but she uses her brains, which is unusual in a lot of shark movies. Anyway, check out The Shallows as well. That's it. Have a fantastic day. When you get a minute, run over to my Movie Review Mom Facebook group and over on Instagram and Twitter and all of the other social media sites. Thanks so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.